baby, no propane. Bye, baby, no propane. Bye, baby, no propane. Bye, baby, no propane. Keep it 100, girl, I ain't no saint. 100, girl, I ain't no saint. No saint. 100, girl, I ain't no saint. 100, girl, I ain't no saint.
YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be showing you guys what a typical grocery haul looks like for me, being plant-based almost 7 years now. Whole food plant-based focus, typically only eating one cooked meal a day, and as somebody who prioritizes digestion and energy optimization. So before we get started, if you're liking this video so far, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment, tap in with me, see what's good, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything, hit the bell too so you get notified. Lock me in, join the tribe. But yeah, today I'm going to be showing you one of my typical grocery hauls, some of my staples, some of my essentials, things that I eat on a consistent basis, and just show you an approach that could potentially offer inspiration as to how to continue on your plant-based journey, start your plant-based journey, or whatever the case may be. Also, yeah, keep this in mind. This is a typical grocery haul for me as someone who really enjoys cooking, cooks really often. I don't really eat out a lot at all. It's actually so funny. Ever since I got into cooking, I've been so critical. Rather, I've become more critical of eating out and dishes that I eat at restaurants because I'm just thinking like, well, I feel like I can make this better at home. And with that too, I do a lot of cooking for my job, so that factors in as well. But not to say this won't be helpful if that's not the case for you. Your hauls may look different based on what you know you like and what suits your needs. I think it's also useful to note where I typically do my shopping, and it really rotates between 3 spots, depending on what I have to get. And those spots are Whole Foods, Sprouts, and Trader Joe's. Between those 3, I know I can get everything that I need. Sometimes I have to make more than one stop, but I really try and do it as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And based on what we have on the list today, I know that I can get everything that I'm looking for today from Sprouts. There's 1 or 2 things that are exclusive to Trader Joe's that I know I have to go there to get. So it looks like those are gonna be our stops today.
Right now, probably 10 toes down. Yeah. Get it, shawty, don't look down. Tattoo peeking through the see-through. Yeah. Body pink color, I see you. I see you. Used to be in love, now you like it for Cupid. Hate to be a rag, so that nigga feel stupid. Coming through the ground, trying to figure out where you been. All they need to know is that you're outside. Watching real time, ain't too live. Easily adjusted to your new life. Since you let loose, you've been too tight. No place to unknown fence. You don't need to make that your own fence. Don't keep money, these grown men. How do we come up, they sleeping? Pussy so good, gotta sleep in. Watch your back and knees in. Bring them in. I never get enough, never get enough. I never get enough, never get enough. Many, all in your direction. Choices like testing. Just selected. Yeah, that ass too swollen, I'm tryna grab that. If you get too close, tell that nigga back. He been calling your phone, please don't call back. Let him know it's his fault and you need to fall back.
And we're back from the store just like that. Only had to make 2 stops today. Sprouts and Trader Joe's. Sprouts mainly because they house all the organic produce and packaged goods that I know I need and that I like, with an addition of a few items that I know I couldn't get maybe at a Whole Foods without making multiple stops, you know what I mean? Sometimes Whole Foods is the best option depending on what I'm getting, but for today, I knew I needed to go to Sprouts to get the majority of what I was looking for. And then Trader Joe's for 2 specific items that have the best cost and the best quality. Those being the organic canned coconut milk, which is literally just 2 ingredients, organic coconut and water. Same for these organic acai packets. If you see my what I eat in the days, you know I opt for an acai bowl or smoothie bowl towards the end of the night. And these are what gets the job done.
This plus a little extra frozen fruit. I like to throw in some, I got some more organic frozen banana. Also throw some frozen blueberries in there, maple syrup, the coconut milk. That paired with the Ninja Swirl you have back there make for a perfect acai bowl every time. And I've been loving this combination. I've been doing this for some years now, and surprisingly, I just never get tired of them. I thought after a while I'd get bored with it, but I really just haven't. Like, it just hits the spot every time. And this run was a pretty average run. Sometimes I get less, sometimes I get more, depending on if I'm getting specific things for a recipe that I'm doing for content, or if I want to make a specific recipe for myself, and I'm missing a few things here and there, I'll just run out and get those real quick. There are also times where I'm like out of everything if I'm coming back from a trip or something and I have to go to all the stops. All the stops will probably include, you know, maybe like a Sprouts or Trader Joe's, maybe a Costco run, maybe a stop to the local health food store for other specialty items just to restock on. But this is a pretty average run for me. Costs anywhere between like $150 to $200 for an average run like this. This was a little bit less than 200. I think this was all around maybe like 120, just because I had some stuff stocked up from before, but I still needed a fair amount of produce and frozen goods that I had run out of. All this rounded up to around like 120, 130. So a little on the lower side, but you still get so much for that price, you know what I'm saying? And as somebody who cooks at home every day, doesn't eat out, like spending money on groceries is obviously essential. And as much as I try and make it as cost effective as possible, this isn't something that I shortchange, because one, it contributes to my lifestyle and to my work, but it's also for me, you know, and I know I want to nourish myself with the best things around, and this is a part of doing that. So first, I think we can start off with the fruits and veggies. Start with this organic pineapple. I get these big pineapples just to juice them throughout the week. I pair them with other fruits that I have, like apples, ginger, lemon, mint. As you know from what I eat in a day, is I have a juice at least once a day, once or twice a day, and these contribute to those greatly. Then we have the frozen banana, as I mentioned before, for the acai bowls. Iceberg lettuce, which I don't usually get, but I'm working on a recipe for this for Instagram. So check out my feed if you haven't already. And there should be something cool up there using this. Other must-haves produce-wise, I mean, I love broccolini, so I always grab some of that. Mushrooms, of course, super vital. Berries, always need berries. I just consume a lot of fruit as it is, and I use these to top the acai bowls as well. Always gotta have fruits and berries on hand. As far as fruits that I get on a regular basis, I get strawberries, blueberries, bananas, what you see here. Sometimes I get like golden kiwi. I really love golden kiwi. Watermelon, obviously, for the juicing. And then I get a bunch of apples for juicing as well. Whole Foods has a great like 2-pound bag of apples for like $5-6 that I use for juicing, as well as just to have whenever I want anyways. So those are some good ones. As far as veg, like I love Brussels sprouts, so I just got some of those. Nice big stalk of celery for juicing. Fun fact, I actually don't like to eat celery. Like, I don't like raw celery. If I'm gonna eat raw celery, it has to be cut up really small, like in a chickpea tuna salad or something like that, or cooked in a sauce. Like, but I can never eat celery just like by itself. I never liked it. Even since going vegan, my palate has expanded a lot and trying new things that I didn't like before, vegetables, but celery did not make the cut, still doesn't make the cut, but I love it in a juice form though. So I put these in my juices. So this is great for that. Same for tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes like on their own, raw, like in big, thick chunks. Like, I can't do it. Unless it's cooked down in the sauce, cut down really fine, or sliced really thin for like a sandwich or something, then that's when I can do it. But otherwise, I can't do it. I don't know what it is. But these are gonna be used for a recipe as well. Cut really thin, of course, because I can't have it any other way. Cucumber for juicing as well. Asparagus, which is like a really good vegetable that I can cook really quick, just steam for a few minutes and it's done. I really like that. I really like the convenience of these. Gotta have cauliflower as well. Cauliflower is a staple. So versatile as well. I mean, this can be grated down into like, you know, cauliflower rice. It can be boiled and then blended into some sauces for a thickening agent. I've seen people just put frozen cauliflower in their smoothies and stuff for just added fiber and other nutrients. Super, super versatile. Or then you can do something like cauliflower wings or something like that. But so many uses out of this, and I always like to have it on hand, and it lasts long in the fridge too, so it's good to have these on hand. Another vegetable that's really good to have on hand that lasts a long time and you get so much out of it for like the value is cabbage. Green or red cabbage. The other cabbages like Napa cabbage or Hispy cabbage, like those work well too, but you don't get as much out of them for what they cost. This costs around like $2 or $3 for one of these, and you know, however many meals, like you can get so much out of them. I like to make stewed cabbage with this. I just cook it down with some water, oil, and some seasonings, and it makes a nice stew situation, which is really versatile, lasts a long time. And like I said, you can get so much out of this. You can shred it up for slaws, for salads, toppings. This is just another one of those good ones. One of the ones also I didn't like before I went plant-based. Now I can't get enough of it. So unfortunately for the ones like celery and tomato, cabbage actually made the cut. Other canned goods like beans, I always like to have on hand. I made a video about this on my Instagram too, but people have mixed opinions about canned goods. Really, as long as they're non-BPA line cans, are all organic ingredients, and the food that you're consuming is just stored in like water and maybe a little bit of salt, then you're really good to go. So don't be afraid of these, and it's really great for convenience too. I do get beans dried sometimes in bulk, but obviously it's a much longer process, so I have to, you know, put more forethought into that. But if I'm really on the go or just in the daily routine, then these are a big time saver. Got some organic peanut butter, again for the acai bowls or just for my fruit wraps or just anything, or like making a nice peanut spicy peanut sauce for dressings on salads, or so I really like to have this on hand too. These are some plant-based protein options, meat replacements. These are from Abbott's. These are like some of my favorite ones. This is really the only meat replacement I'll eat on a consistent basis. Ingredients are really clean. It's pea protein based, all organic ingredients, and it's all ingredients that you can actually recognize, and they taste good. And then even when you cook these up, like you can see the whole foods in the mixes of like the burger patties or the chicken or whatever it is that you have. But I really like these, and these are great for convenience as well. Sometimes I'll just saute them real quick in the pan as I'm finishing up a meal, or just put them in the air fryer and let that go while I work on whatever else it is I'm cooking. That's really it. Sometimes for treats, I mean, I didn't get these when I got, but I'll show you guys some of my treats that I like. Some of like the snacks and other treats that I really like to get are these Partake vanilla wafers. Grew up eating a lot of vanilla wafers. That was like probably one of my favorite cookies growing up. Haven't been able to find like a really good clean version of these for a while, until I found these really honestly really recently, maybe like a few weeks ago, because I was making a banana pudding recipe and I called for vanilla wafers. Really made me have to get in my bag and try and go find something that like really fit my needs and really fit my preferences, and these ones from Partake hit every time, so I really like these. All allergen free, you know, nut free, dairy free, soy free, and obviously all other animal product free. So these are great, and I really like these. I like chips and stuff sometimes, but if I'm gonna get chips from any like of these brands, it's gonna be from Vegan Rob's. They make these great puffs from sorghum, which is like a really good whole grain, gluten-free, low on the glycemic index, and they just make really good flavors. They have these, the cauliflower puffs, they have cheddar puffs, they have so many other flavors. So these are some of the ones that I get sometimes too if I just want to have some snacks around. And then another brand that I really like, Siete, clean ingredients. They make these lentil puffs situations, really good. They make potato chips, they make tortilla chips, all from clean ingredients, gluten-free. They use a lot of cassava. They cook all these in organic avocado oil. Like protein bars, I really like these Aloha bars. Brown rice protein and pumpkin seed protein is the base for this. A lot of the protein bars and protein snacks really like go for a lot these days. I don't know what that is. There's a lot of hype around protein and how much you should be eating. And I feel personally, America's a little bit obsessed with the protein thing, but you know, that's a topic for another video. I really like these though. So anytime I just want to get some more protein in throughout the day, or if I'm going a while without eating and I want to have snacks on hand, I'll have this. I'll bring some of these chips, maybe some fruit, something like that. I also get good granola from this brand called 1 Degree Organic Foods. Really like them. They're prioritizing like super clean ingredients, regenerative farming, all that good stuff. Everything's sprouted, everything's gluten-free, everything's glyphosate-free. So they really know what they're doing over here, and anytime I can get something from them, I like to do that because it just assures you that you're getting the best thing that you can do for your body. So I love that. Other essentials really range just depending on what it is that I'm doing, what it is I'm making, what I'm feeling for that day. But this is sort of like the core baseline haul that I usually get when I do go grocery shopping. And it's a priority of mine to eat balanced, eat a wide variety and range of different plant-based foods. That all serves your gut microbiome, gives it more to work with, builds better bacteria for your gut to help break things down. The more variety you have, the better. And also real quick, we can go over some oils. I get asked a lot about oils with all my cooking content, so I'm gonna show you the top ones that I use. The number one is definitely avocado, organic avocado oil. This is probably the best one in general. Like, it comes from a whole food ingredient, just one ingredient. You wanna make sure it's organic, you wanna make sure it's cold pressed if you can find it. But this is one of the best ones because it's a high smoke point oil, which means that, you know, obviously you can saute, you can bake, you can roast, you can do pretty much anything you want with it. So if I'm gonna pick an oil, this is gonna be my top pick. Same goes for another all-purpose oil, high smoke point oil, which is grapeseed oil. Now you hear a lot of things about seed oils and, you know, the toxicity with that, but just do a little bit of research. This is one of the most non-toxic ones, especially when it introduces heat. High smoke point, like I said, it doesn't break once you introduce heat to it. And this one is actually loaded with a lot of nutrients, has a lot of antioxidants. I know people that use this for their hair and for their body as just a natural moisturizer. So this is like a good base oil that could be used for a lot of things besides just cooking. Lastly is olive oil. I like to use olive oil too, but in a different capacity. I don't like to introduce a lot of heat to olive oil because that's when this will start to break. Like olive oil is not a high heat oil. It will start to go rancid once you introduce heat, and then that introduces the free radicals into your system and things like that, and you don't want that. So if I am using olive oil in cooking, it's gonna be on a low heat, or it's gonna be a refined olive oil that's specifically made for sauteing and stuff like this one here from Graza. But again, I'm not cooking a whole dish with this. If anything, I'm consuming it raw. I like to put it in salad dressings and sauces. I like to finish cooked vegetables with this sometimes. And in that way, you get like the most flavor out of it, as well as all the benefits that it yields, because olive oil is also really good for you when sourced correctly. I get these all from Costco too, by the way, because they just give you the best price for what you're getting. So these would be my top oils. But there you have it. There's a look into my grocery haul, everything that I get on a regular basis to maintain a whole food plant-based diet, prioritizing digestion, energy optimization, and just eating abundantly at the same time. There are store-bought products that are out there that work really well, that have a lot of clean ingredients, are made with integrity, that you can enjoy and indulge in. Especially if you're aligned with the reason why you're doing it, it makes it all that more easier. And if you want to see examples of how I use this stuff, check out some of my What I Eat in a Day videos on the channel. And if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know what you liked about it. Subscribe to the channel too. We got a lot more coming your way. Hit the bell too so you're notified when we do post. And I appreciate you watching if you made it this far. Now I gotta put this all away and make a meal for myself, so I'm gonna get to that. But I appreciate you all watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.